Failure is not a verdict, it's feedback. Most people hear the word failure and immediately attach a final judgment to it. They treat it like a courtroom sentence. Guilty, case closed, move on with shame. But failure was never meant to be a verdict on your worth. It was meant to be information. It's feedback from life, not a definition of who you are. Think about it. If failure were truly the end, no one would ever grow past their first mistake. Every child who fell while learning to walk would still be crawling. Every person who tried something new and stumbled would stay stuck forever. But that's not how life works. Life allows failure because failure is part of the learning system. Failure simply says, this approach didn't work. It does not say, you can't work. It does not say, you're finished. It says, adjust, learn, and try again. The problem is not failure. The problem is how emotionally attached we become to it. We personalize it. We let it whisper lies about our value, our intelligence, and our future. But when you learn to separate who you are from what happened, everything changes. You stop seeing failure as an enemy and start seeing it as a guide. Every failed attempt shows you one less way that doesn't work. That alone puts you closer to something that does. Failure is often life's way of slowing you down so you can pay attention. Sometimes you were moving too fast. Sometimes your foundation wasn't ready. Sometimes your character needed strengthening before your success could be trusted. Failure steps in not to destroy you, but to prepare you. The strongest people you know are not strong because life was easy on them. They are strong because life challenged them, and they refused to quit listening. They extracted meaning instead of excuses. And that ability to listen to feedback without losing belief in yourself is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Every setback carries a lesson with your name on it. No two people fail in exactly the same way. That's because every setback carries a personalized lesson. Your struggle is tailored, your disappointment is specific, and the lesson hidden inside it is meant for you. Not your neighbor, not your competitor, not your past self, but the person you are becoming. Life doesn't waste experiences. Every setback arrives with instructions, but those instructions are written in the language of reflection, not comfort. That's why so many people miss the lesson. They're too busy asking, why is this happening to me? Instead of asking, what is this teaching me? Setbacks reveal weaknesses you didn't know you had. They expose habits that no longer serve you. They uncover gaps in discipline, patience, or preparation. And while that exposure feels uncomfortable, it's also incredibly valuable. You cannot fix what you refuse to see. Sometimes the lesson is about people, who to trust, who to listen to, and who to stop trying to impress. Sometimes the lesson is about timing, learning that rushing success can cost more than waiting for it. Sometimes the lesson is internal, teaching you resilience, humility, or self-belief. And here's the truth most people avoid. The lesson will repeat itself until it's learned. Life is very patient, but it is also very persistent. If you ignore the message, the setback comes back louder, heavier, and harder to ignore. Not to punish you, but to get your attention. When you finally pause and ask better questions, the setback loses its power to break you. Pain turns into clarity. Confusion turns into direction. You begin to realize that this experience didn't happen to you. It happened for you. That realization changes how you move forward. You become more intentional, more aware, more grounded. Instead of reacting emotionally, you respond intelligently. You stop repeating the same mistakes with different names and start making better decisions with stronger awareness. The moment you learn the lesson, the setback has done its job. And once the lesson is learned, the experience no longer feels like a loss. It feels like preparation. Responsibility turns pain into power. There is a defining moment in every person's life when pain either becomes a prison or a platform. That moment is decided by one word: responsibility. Not blame, not guilt, responsibility. The willingness to say, this happened, and I choose how I respond. Most people give their pain away. They hand it over to circumstances, to other people, to bad luck. And once pain is handed away, so is power, because you cannot change what you refuse to take ownership of. Responsibility is not about admitting fault for everything. It's about reclaiming control over your future. The moment you take responsibility, something shifts internally. You stop waiting for permission to grow. You stop hoping someone else will fix what you tolerate. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as a participant in your own story. Responsibility is empowering because it gives you options. Without it, you're stuck explaining why things didn't work. With it, you're focused on what to do next. One mindset drains energy, the other creates momentum. Pain handled irresponsibly turns into resentment. Pain handled responsibly turns into wisdom. When you own your role, Whether it was lack of preparation, poor choices, or misplaced trust, you gain insight. And insight is leverage. It helps you make better decisions moving forward. Strong people are not people with perfect pasts. They are people who looked at their mistakes honestly and said, I can grow from this. They understood that responsibility is not heavy, it's freeing. It frees you from repeating the same cycles. It frees you from excuses. It frees you to build something better. Once you take responsibility, pain no longer defines you. It refines you. You stop asking for sympathy and start earning strength. And that strength changes how you walk, how you speak, and how you show up in the world. Discipline is the bridge between failure and strength. Failure alone does not make you strong. Time alone does not make you wiser. Strength is built when discipline enters the picture. Discipline is what transforms lessons into habits and intentions into results. Discipline is often misunderstood. People think it means restriction or suffering. In reality, discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. It's self-respect in daily action. It's doing the uncomfortable work when motivation fades and applause disappears. After failure, discipline becomes even more important. Without it, failure leads to discouragement. With it, failure becomes direction. Discipline keeps you moving forward when emotions try to pull you backward. It creates structure in moments of chaos and clarity in moments of doubt. Discipline is built in small, quiet moments. Waking up when you don't feel like it. Studying when no one is watching. Improving skills instead of complaining about results. These actions may feel insignificant, but over time, they compound into confidence. People often wait to feel strong before acting disciplined, but discipline comes first. Strength follows. Every disciplined action sends a message to your mind. I can be trusted. And trust in yourself is the foundation of courage. When you stay disciplined after failure, you send a powerful signal to life. You say, this didn't stop me. And that consistency reshapes your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who failed and start seeing yourself as someone who persists. Discipline doesn't remove hardship. It equips you to handle it. It doesn't eliminate fear. It teaches you how to move despite it. And as discipline becomes routine, resilience becomes natural. Over time, discipline turns effort into excellence. What once felt heavy becomes habitual. What once felt difficult becomes familiar. And without realizing it, the failure that once shook you becomes the training ground that strengthened you. Discipline is the quiet force that carries lessons forward, turning setbacks into systems and pain into progress. Small decisions in hard times shape strong futures. Big moments don't build your future. Small decisions do, especially the ones you make when life feels heavy. When things are going well, anyone can make positive choices. But when disappointment sets in, when plans fall apart, when motivation is low, that's when your character is quietly being formed. Hard times strip life down to essentials. They remove distractions and reveal habits. In those moments, you're constantly deciding, sometimes without realizing it, whether to move forward or slowly drift backward. Choosing to get up when it would be easier to stay down. Choosing to reflect instead of react. Choosing effort over excuses. These decisions may feel insignificant, but they are powerful. Reading 10 pages instead of scrolling. Saving a little instead of spending emotionally. Practicing a skill when no one is watching. Speaking kindly to yourself instead of replaying failure in your mind. These are not dramatic actions, but they are defining ones. Hard times ask a quiet question every day. What kind of person are you becoming right now? The answer is written in your daily choices. Strong futures are not created through sudden breakthroughs. They are built through consistent behaviors repeated under pressure. When you make the right small decisions during difficult seasons, you gain something priceless, self-trust. You begin to believe in yourself again, not because of results, but because of integrity. You know you can rely on yourself even when circumstances are uncertain. Over time, these small decisions shift your identity. You no longer see yourself as someone waiting for a change. You become someone creating it. And that internal shift often happens long before external success appears. Turning experience into wisdom is the ultimate win. Experience alone does not make someone wise. Many people live through decades of setbacks and repeat the same mistakes. Wisdom comes from reflection, from pausing long enough to ask, what did this teach me? How did this shape me? How will I move differently because of it? When you turn experience into wisdom, nothing is wasted. Not the pain, not the embarrassment, not the disappointment. Every chapter, especially the difficult ones, becomes part of your foundation. You stop seeing your past as something to escape and start seeing it as something that equipped you. Wisdom changes how you respond to life. You become calmer under pressure, more patient with progress, more intentional with your time and energy. You stop chasing shortcuts and start respecting the process. One of the most powerful moments in life is when you realize your struggles can serve others. The lesson you learned the hard way becomes guidance for someone else. Your story becomes a bridge instead of a burden. What once broke you now strengthens those around you. This is where failure fully transforms into fuel. The same experiences that once drained you now drive you. You walk forward with confidence, not because you avoided hardship, but because you survived it with awareness. And as you look back, you realize something profound. Nothing in your life was random. Every setback refined you, every delay developed you, every failure prepared you. So if you're standing in a difficult season right now, remember this: you are not behind, you are being built. Keep making the small right decisions. Keep extracting wisdom from experience. Keep moving forward with discipline and responsibility. Because when setbacks meet courage, strength is born. And when strength is guided by wisdom, the future becomes unstoppable. That is how failure becomes fuel, and that is how you turn setbacks into strength.